Maybe can you just describe what the last couple of weeks was like for you, how you kept busy and how you tried to stay active and fit? How much were you locked down?
Yeah, it was obviously not ideal, but I did a lot of good training as best as I could back home, and yeah, I have a gym at my place, so I was working hard in the gym and riding the bike, doing all the things that I would normally do in the off season for training. So, like I said, it wasn't ideal, but did everything I could to feel my best coming here today.
How was it out there?
What's that?
How was it out there for you?
Well, it was quiet, but I was watching the games on the website. It was nice to see some hockey again. It makes you anxious and excited to join the group. So it was nice to get out there today and be with the guys again.
Part of covering you is asking you some questions about your medical stuff. So if you're comfortable talking about it or not, I ask respectfully here, but are you willing to talk about, the decision you made to get vaccinated and kind of what went into that and what that process was like for you coming to that?
Yeah, well, it was, well, for me, I look at it like, I've put so much time over the years into trying to feel good on and off the ice, trying to prepare as best as I can and be professional. And really just, I think as you get older, you take that time and you learn a lot on what it takes to try to continue to play at a high level. And some of that is a lot of that is building up your immune system. So for me, I guess the frustrating part was that, I've done so much to try to keep my immune system strong and healthy and firing on all cylinders. So, to have to basically, take the vaccine to play hockey, for me was frustrating in a lot of ways, but at the same time, I wanted to, I'm excited to be here. I'm excited for this opportunity and this challenge here. We've got a great group. And I can't say enough about the organization, from the day I got traded, from players reaching out, management, coaches. I've never been traded before, so for me that was a unique experience. And, just the whole process of getting traded and then the situation coming into camp. I've been fortunate to play for a great organization for a long time in Chicago, but everything that's happened since the trade with this team in Edmonton just makes me feel right at home and makes me feel proud to be an Oiler and excited to be a part of this team. Really can't say enough good things about the way it's I've been treated here. I feel like I've been spoiled from the organization and even the people in Edmonton. I've had lots of help from Carrie, the real estate agent, to people helping out around the house, making the move comfortable. And so now that I'm here, everything's settled and ready to go. And it's exciting, and we've got a great group, and just excited to be a part of it.
You took us through your thought process, maybe where the frustration was. What tipped it for you and made you go, yeah, we're just going to have to get this done?
Well, I think when you look at the regulations and the rules coming into Canada for missing so many games, and I came here, I wanted to be a part of this team, and I think there's something special here with the players that are here. And for me, the opportunity to play closer to home was a big part of it. Playing in front of my son a lot more and having him around. It's closer to Penticton. I know that's been talked about a lot. So, I feel good, and I feel like I can still contribute and help this team win hockey games. And however the coaches see me fitting in, I'm willing to do whatever they want, whatever they need, and so it was a big change for me to come to a new organization and I wanted to continue my career. Basically, I wanted to play. In front of my son. I want to play for this organization. I want to play for these guys and this team and be a part of it.
Hi, Duncan. Daniel Nugent-Bowman from The Athletic. And just one final question for me, just to follow up what Ryan was talking about. It sounds like getting the vaccination was a very difficult, and a lot of factors played into your decision. Is there any regret in the timing of it, just in the sense that you had to miss the first half of camp in terms of the timing of getting the vaccination?
Yeah, well, it's obviously not ideal, but there's a lot of hockey left to be played here. It's still early in the season, and it's just one of those things where definitely don't expect a year where you're in a position where you have to make a medical decision just to play hockey. I feel like that decision, it should be a choice. I feel like whether I get the vaccine or I don't have the vaccine, you can still get COVID and you can still pass it along to other people. So I don't really, I don't want to make it about this vaccine and whatnot. I'm here. I'm ready to play. I'm excited to get going now, guys. And it is what it is. It just seemed like as the summer went along, there was pressure from the Players Association to get it. Would have been nice to have a little more pushback, I think, from the Players Association to support the guys that felt strong in their belief that for different reasons on whether to get it or not. Yeah.
Dave Tippett was saying this morning, like, the plan is for you. Obviously, you practice today, get in a couple more, try to get in on Monday. What is it going to? What do you think you're going to need to feel like you're ready to go, or what are the next 3 days or so going to look like for you? Do you think?
Yeah, just getting on the ice and again, and the speed of the game. It's faster and faster, especially with this group. We got some of the fastest players in the world out there, so it's a good way to get reacclimated to the pace of the game and get your timing. And but I think just getting on the ice more and feeling the puck and practicing and getting some games and just going from there. It's still in training camp right now, and I think we're all trying to just be at our as best as we can every day to keep building as individuals and as a team, and be ready to go come the start of the season. And once that regular season hits, it's full on, and we'll just keep trying to get better one day at a time.
And obviously, there's been a lot made about, you played a lot in Chicago over the years, even recently, and you might be obviously playing behind Darnell Nurse here. Does that give you kind of a new lease on your career in terms of maybe being allowed to be backed off a little bit, but still playing an important role?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I want to help this team any way I can, and I think that's always been my goal going into the season is just to be at my best, and whatever comes my way, I try to embrace that situation or the role, whatever it is. And I think we've got a lot of great defensemen here: Tyson Barrie, Darnell Nurse, like you mentioned, Evan Bouchard, young up-and-coming guy. The list goes on. I think Cuckoo's been playing great, and they've added CC. I don't want to miss a guy, but, so I think we'll all try to push each other to get better and improve, and I think that internal competition is good for a group to have, where we can really push each other to better ourselves and ultimately better the team.
And you've been in Chicago for a long time. You mentioned first time being traded. Is it still kind of surreal to see yourself in orange and blue rather than red and black?
A little bit. I've been wearing the Oilers jersey, wearing the Oilers shirt and stuff in my gym back home, so getting used to what it looks like having orange on. when you wear some different color for so long, but I'm used to it now. It's I've played for different teams over the course of my career, whether it's international hockey, and you know, at the end of the day, hockey's hockey, and everybody, we just want to win. So it's just, you know, like I said a few times, it's exciting, and I'm proud to be an Oiler now.
Mark Spector, Sportsnet.
Hey, Mark.
Howdy. There's been, how would I say, you know, you're 39.
38.
Sorry, excuse me. Mike Smith's 39. You're 38. You're coming over here. You're coming into a new role. And there's been criticism. There's been people saying, I don't know if he can handle that role. You've been described to me by people in Chicago as a guy that kind of likes having a chip in his shoulder, kind of likes having something to disprove. Is there something for you to prove here, even at this stage in your career? Do you have to prove you can do it?
I think so. I think you always have to prove something. I mean, that's how you stay in the league. I've always, you know, from early on in my career, I was never drafted. I wasn't a first round pick. I was never kind of a highly touted prospect coming into the league. So, you know, I just continue to do what I've tried to do my whole career, and just work hard and try to help the team win any way that I can. And if there's critics, there's always critics, and I think that's good. That's what makes hockey fun. In a lot of ways, people have opinions on players and teams, and ultimately it comes down to how you perform on the ice and and really ultimately how the team performs. So if we can have success as a team, you know, that's where my focus is at, and that's the goal here.
2 years ago, or whatever it was, a 12th place Chicago Blackhawks team came in here and beat the Oilers in a playoff series. That team had more gamesmanship. It had more, you know, knowledge on how to win big games. The Oilers were swept last year in a bunch of close games. They just didn't have the ability to produce at the important moment. Can you bring some of that? Did you notice anything about this team when you played against them? And can you inject some of that into this team now that you're here?
Well, I hope I can help the team win. That's what I want to do. But you know, when I look at this team, there's so many great players. You know, I mentioned some of the defensemen there, but obviously we've got Connor and Leon, who are two of the best players in the world. But we've added some pieces too up front, and it looks like there's some good young players as well. So, you know, I think that. I think you start out the year and you grow as a team, and in playoffs it's a time where, you know, regular season's one thing, but, you know, playoffs is where you have to elevate your game, and, you know, really that's where you make a name for yourself, for yourself and you know, really for the team. So you know, there's lots of teams in the league that want to win. It's not easy to win a Stanley Cup. There's only one team that can win. I know that's cliche, but it takes a lot. And I think that come playoff time, you know, the goal is to get to playoffs, and then anything can happen. But when you're in playoffs, it's the time to try to find a way to elevate your game. And not every game's gonna be a pretty game where, you know, it's sometimes you win and maybe you don't deserve to win, but sometimes you win and you just find ways to win, and that's what it's really all about.
Duncan, sorry, you're to your left. Gene, how are you? Welcome.
Hey, Gene. Yeah, thank you.
A little bit on the heels of that, Connor, and I'm paraphrasing when he was discussing, he talked about, like, you have a perfect resume. You've won lots of things individually, but things as a team. You probably, after all your years in Chicago, understand when it's time to lead or when it's time to let someone else do it. How do you kind of handle that when you come to a team, probably looking for exactly kind of what you've done and being able to, either on or off the ice, help them lead to where you want to go, they really want to go, and that's to a cup?
Yeah, well, ultimately, I think you just got to be yourself, and that's what I'm trying to do. And since I've been here, I haven't been here very long, but I think these guys, I can tell they're hungry to win. There's a passion there and a desire from everybody to win, and I think that's what you need more than anything. And there's just that desire. And there's lots of cliches, but when it comes down to it, how bad do we really want it? And there's lots of teams that want it, and that are it's gonna be hard. And the goal is I think should be early on here just to get to playoffs, because it's such a tough league with the parity. But for myself, it's just being myself and just try to compete and help this team find ways to win. Obviously we've got some offensive players and some ability to score goals, but if I can try to bring some stability, some leadership on the back end, on the ice, off the ice as well, but on the ice, being good defensively. And getting the pucks up to the forwards, my game shouldn't really change, regardless of the minutes or whatever I'm playing. My game stays the same, and it's if I can do that, get back for pucks quick, get the puck up to the forwards, and try to spend less time in our own zone. We're a lot better off, and I think it's going to be fun, and I'm excited.